First Candles tarot reading channel. So today we are going to be doing a first meeting with your future spouse reading. Thank you for all the new subscriptions, and I hope you guys keep on subscribing. If you guys find that these readings are resonating with you or are accurate, if they aren't, as always, please do leave a note in the comment boxes below of the videos to let me know what wasn't resonating, what did resonate, just so that I can improve my accuracy in reading. And once again, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you're interested in more similar videos or different types of topics, or including like health or career, and as well as the popular love, do make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you guys know when I'm uploading a new video. I also do a podcast, kind of like a social issue or life consulting / life coaching type of podcast, which is open for discussion. So I just put out my opinions out there. So if you guys want to take a look at that, those are also uploaded on my channel. It's called the Hermit's Ocean Tarot. And basically I just discuss like main social issues like depression or love in the modern world and how we should approach it, things like that. But again, these are my opinions and my own personal experiences that I'm basing my statements on. So I'm always open for discussion. That's the whole point of the podcast, to kind of get a more broader view and understanding of other opinions and experiences. Okay, so before we start, please take a moment to meditate on yourself and ground yourself. If you want to, you can do the chakra meditation thing. If you want, you can just take deep breaths until you feel comfortable and zoned in to your presence. And then you can meditate on the piles and pick a pile that you feel the most withdrawn or resonating with. Once again, the topic is your first physical meeting with your future spouse. So go ahead. Okay, so for those of you who picked this one, this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Okay, and just to give a little bit more in-depth of the reading, we're going to be taking a look at where you physically meet your future spouse for the first time, how you meet them for the first time physically, when you meet them for the first time physically, and the when, I'm going to try to see if I can get like an actual timeline, like days, months, years, weeks, or even hours, or I will see if I can get like a general timeline statement, like soon, takes a while, things like that. But if the cards only show me like a situation that you will be in, like, or the energy that you will be in when you are going to physically meet your spouse for the first time, I'm just gonna let you guys know about that, because I'm more of an instinctual reader, so I'm not going to try to focus too much on the numbers and like what the cards represent. I'm going to focus on what the cards are telling me, okay? And I find that gives me a more accurate reading usually anyways. And then we are going to be discussing what they will be dressed like, and then what your thoughts or actions will be just before you actually physically meet your future spouse. Meaning like you have those thoughts and actions occurring, and then you meet your future spouse within the few minutes or hours. Okay? Well, not hours, but few minutes. Okay, so it's like kind of like the next thing that happens in that moment is you meet your future spouse physically. Alright, well, you guys have picked your piles. If you guys want to, you can pause the video and take more time to select the piles, and just click on whichever timestamp is yours in the description box, and we'll get started on your readings. Okay, pile 1. So this is your reading. So we've got where you will meet them, when, how, how they will be dressed, and then what was the last one? Sorry. Your thoughts and actions just before you actually physically meet them. So for the first part of the reading, where you will meet them, I was seeing you will either meet them at work in an office building, like kind of like those tech startups where it's like very bright and glass windows, a lot of greenery there, or like house plants or whatever. There's a lot of green and white and yellow scheme that I'm seeing here. Maybe even like a little bit of the blue from like the glass windows tint. So it's either in a work or office. That was the first thing that I got. The second that I got was you could meet like on a train when you're traveling. Maybe this train goes over water because there was a King of Cups on the bottom. Yeah, or this person could be a conductor of a train, or like the people who check your tickets and stuff. Just because of these overalls, that's the vibe that I'm getting. And then finally, the last place that I got was, hold on, let me think. Okay, I can't remember it now, but those are the two things, and you can also kind of see there's a train in the background. So I feel like you may meet them on a train. I want to say you could also meet them in a forest, like during camping or something, or maybe you're just going like on a hiking trail or something like that. But that wasn't like really the first thing that showed up. So, okay, and then so for the when, I think it's going to be very soon, because I was focusing on this sun image over here, and this I always perceive it like almost like a journey, even though the sun is usually supposed to be like a positivity card and like a happiness card. I always perceive this card specifically as a journey, because I feel like Horus is kind of traveling on his own pathway to get to this enlightened goal. So from looking at this card, you are nearing the end of your journey and the shore is just within your reach. But once you reach the end of the journey, or you're like just enough to actually pull yourself into shore, like literally just grab the shoreline like with an arm's length and just pull yourself in, that's when you will meet your future spouse. Now for the actual like a concrete timing, I can't really see anything, but with this 10-1-10 up here, we could kind of say that you may meet in the month of October, but again, like, I'm not going to say that that's a specific timing. I would just say like when you're nearing the end of your journey, that is when you will meet your future spouse physically for the first time. Then the next part is how you will meet your spouse physically for the first time. So, okay, so you got Six of Wands and Death, and the first thing that I focused when these cards were pulled out was Death and how she's kind of peeking behind the curtain. So it was curiosity. So definitely the first time that you guys are physically meeting your future spouse is maybe it's in a darkly, dimly lit area, or somewhere where there's like a lot more like darker furniture. So everything's like, you can't really pick out the details of the furniture and the elements around you. Now, with these two cards combined, I was seeing that you're either eating in a restaurant and you have like a fork in your hand, and maybe you're picking at your food a little bit just to see like what is it, and then you look up to kind of figure out where to go for like the bathroom, or maybe to ask someone about something, maybe to ask them like what you guys are eating, and you're looking for like a waiter or a waitress. And then this person will either come in front of your view from where you're sitting, from another room, or from behind like a wall that's connecting to the other room, and you'll see them for the first time then. Or you could be looking for the bathroom to, I don't know, maybe wash your hands after you've done eating, or before eating, or in the middle of eating. Honestly, it's like before eating or at the end of eating. Those are the ones that I'm getting the most, especially before eating. And this person may come out of like another door in that hallway, and then that's how you meet them for the physically for the first time. But there's definitely this element of kind of being lost or curious and kind of figuring things out. And at the same time, the Six of Wands energy of being able to hold your own and doing something about your curiosity with confidence. Okay, now moving on to how they will be dressed and your thoughts and actions just before meeting. So how they will be dressed, I'm seeing definitely it's like a beach casual vibe. I'm seeing that their hair may have like darker roots, but then go into like a platinum blonde color, or they could have like dirty blonde hair. Yeah. And then for like what they're wearing, they would have I'm seeing white jean pants, and then I'm seeing like a beige light collar shirt, or like the slightly open, like he's not wearing a tie or anything, and it's untucked, for that casual look, but it's ironed, and it looks sleek and charming the way that he's wearing it. And then also he could also be wearing like a beige t-shirt. Excuse me. Yeah. Okay, and then finally for the last part of your reading, we have what will your thoughts and actions be just before you guys physically meet for the first time. And we've got 6 of coins. So I was focusing more on this lady's face, and her action is like she's giving something out, right? She's freeing someone. So what I was seeing with this card was that you guys may be working for some sort of organization and handing out like a questionnaire or a survey with a pen to people who are passing by. Kind of like how organizations have like booths in like the malls or like on the side of the grocery stores, and they just ask people to come over and share their opinion and talk to them about the information that they have about that specific organization. Usually they're charities or like government organizations, or small businesses, but I'm getting more of like a charity vibe here, specifically Animal Humane Society, because I think they're the ones who wear blue t-shirts, and I'm seeing like a blue t-shirt. It could be someone else, but I definitely see you like handing out those types of things. So I think you're in that moment, you are either thinking about the day that has gone by, or you are thinking about something that you are looking forward to doing. And I feel it's more about something that's about to happen, like you're going to be doing this charity event or job soon, like maybe 1 or 2 days. And then that's when you like go through this whole process of meeting your spouse physically for the first time. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed your reading. I know it was a short one, but I'm trying to at least like upload a video today because I have a lot of things to do this weekend, so I'm kind of running a bit busy. I would appreciate your understanding, just like the previous times, but I hope it resonated, and if it did, please give a thumbs up. If it didn't, please leave a comment in the comment box below. And yeah, have a wonderful, blessed, and curious week. Bye, guys. Okay, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So we've got where, when, how, your spouse's dressing, and your thoughts and actions just before you guys physically meet your spouse. So starting on the where, we've got 8 of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and 9 of Swords. And the vibe that I was getting is that you are kind of pondering about a crush that you have. And you're very much in a passionate energy, but you're thinking a lot about whether you should approach them or not. And with the 8 of Cups, I definitely get a vibe that it's like a lot of drinking going on, a lot of games and fun going on around you. So this whole thing was giving me very much like a dreamy and relaxed vibe, so it may be like a house party. But then later on, I get like a club type of feeling in your later on cards. There's also people that are very like shy and like kind of towards the walls and not really participating or talking with anyone new, only those people that they know and are comfortable with. But even with them, they're not very like open or like loud and dancing and things like that. And then there are people like in the middle of the dance floor that are kind of extroverted, and they're kind of laughing a lot and drinking a lot and dancing a lot and having the time of their life and being the life of the party, basically. I think you may be one of those people that are kind of standing off to the side and just drinking, while one of your friends may be the extroverted one. And with the Knight and this moon-shaped pentacle or lotus root, definitely we've got the feeling of it being like nighttime or like evening time. Maybe not late nighttime, maybe just early nighttime, because I don't think you're that drunk. It's very much like a buzz type of drunk. That's the vibe that I'm getting. Then when are you guys meeting? So pile 2, sorry about that, my camera died again. Anyways, so for the when, you've got 7 of Wands and the Sun. So I was getting 7 to 8 months, or it could be 7 to 8 nights, but it really depends on whether you can get over your fear of kind of like asking them out or approaching them just to like talk to them, and whether you can be in like this positive energy of kind of looking at them but then also doing something about it and approaching them. Then how you guys are going to meet physically for the first time. So the first thing that I focused on was this like gesture calling the person over, and this is 9 of Wands. So it's definitely got a lot to do like kind of with encouraging you in your thought. So I was seeing 2 situations. Either it's you notice that this person is also looking at you throughout the party, and they're also kind of just standing in one corner, just drinking their drink or holding their drink. And you think, okay, well, this person's showing their interest in me. They're looking at me, right? So I'll go and approach them. So they're luring you in or seducing you with their actions rather than their words. But then the other situation, it could be that your extroverted friend, they know this person, and they are calling you over to get a reintroduction. With the when, I was getting a strong feeling that you guys aren't meeting for the first time. It's like you guys have passed by each other. More specifically, you have like ran or jogged past them to meet up with this same extroverted friend that's calling you over. And she knows this person and was hanging around like them and their friends and talking to them or whatever. But then you came because you and your friend had to go somewhere after school or something like that, and you went literally right past them and met up with your friend, and then you guys just left. So you may not have met each other or been introduced to each other, but or you may have been introduced to each other, but like in a very vague manner. Like she may have told you who she was talking to after you guys met up, or you may have just like said hello or just been introduced by names, and then they continue to have their conversation. So those are like the three possible situations where you guys could have met before, but didn't really meet. But in this situation, you guys are actually talking to each other and being introduced like formally and properly to each other for a long period of time. So, like I said, either you are being seduced by his actions and his actions are showing interest in you, that's why you approach him, or your extroverted friend is calling you over to kind of introduce him to you and remind you guys that you guys have met before and all that stuff, but not like in detail, right? You guys haven't met like properly, just informally or casually, just seeing each other. And then with the Four of Cups, again, there's this idea of drinking, and definitely I'm seeing that you are looking at them from across the room, and maybe your friends notice that, or they themselves are also looking at you from across the room, and you just have to turn your head to kind of notice that. Yeah, and this is where I was getting more of like the vibe of a club party, because I saw like these cups on like one of those standing tables that you stand around and drink, in like a darker corner of the club room, and then you're seeing them like maybe at the bar, or maybe just talking to your friend, somewhere like not really in the middle of the dance floor, but like somewhere just on the edges of the dancing area. Then for how they will be dressed. So I'm definitely getting the vibe that this is like a Halloween party, because I was focusing on like the dress and the cloak, and especially with this black color, that was what showed up in the cloak instead of the red that's over here. And I think they may be dressed up like as a Grim Reaper, or I don't know, maybe they're gothic, so maybe they dress up in like long black robes. I'm seeing like a long black velvet robe, and it cuts just before the ankles, just like how hers is cutting, and it's like a very loose shape, and it's got not really like super tight sleeves like this, like just a little bit looser. And then what else? And I'm definitely seeing that their hair is like hooded or covered somehow. They may have pulled it back when they were looking at you, or after some time during the party, they may pull it back down. And then they're definitely carrying something in their hand, either like a staff or a scythe. I'm getting like a Grim Reaper costume feel from them. Then with the Queen of Wands, this describes your thoughts and actions just before you actually meet. And again, there's this passionate energy, and I think you may also be dressed similar to what this lady is wearing, like a long red dress. Maybe you're dressed like, I don't know, Queen Elizabeth or Queen Mary of Scots or something like that. I'm getting Queen Mary of Scots very strongly. But you're dressed, again, in like a costume type of dress that goes all the way down to the floor, and it's red. And with this red and with these flames and the Queen of Wands being here, I'm definitely feeling that you're very confident in yourself and you're very passionate. I think you are kind of observing to see how confident you should be in terms of your emotions and approaching this person. And with the orange here, I definitely orange, like the fire, and representing like the passion that you're, the passionate energy that you are in. I definitely feel that you may also even be thinking, okay, if I, like, what would it be like if we were dating, or if he kissed me, or we held hands, like how would it feel, and all that type of stuff. So you're imagining these kind of visualizations, but at the same time you're also thinking, should I approach him? And then once you decide to actually approach him, you're going to be very confident about it, and you're just going to go for it with your passionate energy. And again, like I said, you're like slightly buzzed because you are drinking, you're in a party, but you're not drunk. So you're aware of your emotions and your feelings, but the slight buzz kind of makes you more braver and more confident to actually follow through with those emotions. And if you do, you're going to actually meet them quite soon. But if you let your kind of like fears and your worries of like, oh, what if they don't like me, or what if I'm just misreading their signals to distract you, then it may take longer, like 7 to 8 months. Okay. All right, pile 2. So that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it and it resonated. I apologize for the short reading. Again, like I told pile 1, I'm just trying to put out a tarot reading that you guys would be interested in for the week, because I have a lot of things to do this week, and I'm having a little bit difficulty managing everything. So I'm trying to put out the tarot reading so that at least you guys can see something. If it resonated and you liked the video, please give a thumbs up. If it didn't, please leave that in the comment box below, so that I can become more accurate and improve my readings for you guys. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed, and curious week. Bye. Okay, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So we've got the where, the when, the how of how you guys physically meet your spouse for the first time. Then we've got what your spouse will be dressed like, and your thoughts or actions just before you actually physically meet your spouse for the first time. So for the first card, we got King of Pentacles. Oh, sorry. That was the wind. Starting to get colder here, so it's also getting a little bit more windy. Anyways, so where you guys will meet with the King of Pentacles. So I was seeing that you guys are meeting outside, somewhere where there's like a very large open field that's, oh wow, okay, just give me a second please. Okay, sorry about that, again, with the wind. Gonna see if this helps. Alright. Okay, so just like the wind, this place is very refreshing. There is a little bit of a wind going on outside. I think you may actually be in the same type of temperature that I'm having right now here, that it's sunny, but it's cool and refreshing, like September fall weather. It's not too cold, so you can go outside for a jog without a coat or whatnot. But it's also not so hot that you can dress up in like summer clothes and just walk around. Definitely this place it has like low hills. So, and I think it may have like a dirt track or path around the hills. If you guys want to look up like Dublin Castle's gardens, there's like a park at the back, and there's a couple of low hills and then like a field off to the side, and there's like a dirt or like a wood chip path that, or actually no, it's like half dirt and half cement path that goes all the way around the park that you can walk on. So I'm getting that type of a feel, and that'll kind of give you like a little bit of an imagery as to where you guys will meet. Definitely it's outdoors. There's a lot of greenery around, and the sun is shining, but there may be like a few wispy or gray clouds there, blocking the sun from heating up the atmosphere or the area, and having those cool slight winds every now and then. Okay, and then moving on to the when. So the when is, it gave me 4, and then it gave me King of Cups. So now with the 4 of Swords, I was getting April or May, or within 4 days. Then with the King of Cups, I was getting more of like a situational timing. So when you are really feeling comfortable in your own skin, and you have kind of grown into this King of Cups, like you have a control over your emotions, you're a well-balanced person emotional wise, and I think you don't care about the world anymore, and you're very much in this energy of, I know what makes me happy and I'm gonna do it, and if it doesn't happen, that's all right, then it wasn't meant to be, but I will try to make it happen, you know? You're very much in this free-flowing and very emotionally balanced energy where you are comfortable within your own skin. And you're walking around very confident in whatever decisions you make. So how you guys will meet, we got Wheel of Fortune. And from this, you can see that there are two foxes running. And I, again, focused on the Taurus symbol over here. So, again, there's that idea that you guys might meet in April. Or another thing I've seen a lot of tarot readers doing is that sometimes the months don't necessarily represent a timing, but it could represent a feeling or an environmental vibe, or sometimes it could represent your birthdays. So this could be a sign that your birthday is in April or their birthday is in April. I would feel that their birthday is in April. But it could also be like sometimes in April what happens is you don't really get like May showers, right? But it's not cold enough to be winter either. So it's that same type of light breeze, spring weather is starting again type of environment. Yeah, so the sun is shining, but it's not hot, and there's cold breezes going every once in a while. But you don't need to bring a coat to feel nice and warm. Or at a normal temperature. So with the Wheel of Fortune and how you guys are meeting your spouse physically for the first time, I definitely see that you guys are on a jog, and I think you are you're behind your spouse initially, but you speed up to kind of match their pace and meet them. Your whole intention in this situation is to beat them. And I'm going to explain that a little bit more in detail when we go into your thoughts and actions before meeting them. And they, I think, will look at you kind of like off to the side and be a little surprised because, again, like I feel like the pathway is not super big. It's like a medium size. So like 3 people or 4 people could walk side by side and the pathway would be full and their shoulders would be touching. That's the width of the side path. So you just coming out of the blue just up to the side of them is going to kind of surprise them a little bit because they didn't see anything over there and then all of a sudden you're there. So obviously that's one factor. But the second factor is also they're actually surprised and intrigued that you can keep up their pace because they're a pretty fast runner. So, and I think that they are a guy and you are a girl. So they may be I'm actually getting a guy. You may be also like a guy, but you may have more of like effeminate features, like more lanky or more thinner structure, with softer features, like a more youthful look. But you are coming up to them and they're kind of surprised that you can match their pace, even though you look like more feminine or you are feminine. Yeah, that's how you guys physically meet for the first time. So they're dressing. How they're dressed, I was seeing, like, you know that cream colored sweatpants with like beige dots in them? I'm getting those, or I'm getting like a light gray sweatpant. But they're definitely wearing sweatpants. They're pretty baggy sweatpants. And then on top, they may not have anything at all because, like I said, the weather's not super cold. So, and if this person is running that fast, I'm pretty sure they're sweating and hot as compared to the weather. So it wouldn't really bother them. But I was also seeing that they could be wearing a black sweatshirt that just sits above their hip bone or just on top of their hip bone, their hip bone level. And they may not have anything on that sweatshirt. Like it's just a plain black sweatshirt. Or they could have like a very small label, like about, like, what is that? 2 inches by like half an inch just in the center of their sweatshirt, or just like on the side, like where Tommy Hilfiger usually places it, like on the collar. But I was feeling like a rubber label just small in the middle of their chest, if they have anything at all on the sweatshirt. The other thing that I noticed was that, well, they have joggers on, but their hair is going to be dark brown, and it's going to be short, medium length. So it's like a medium length haircut, but it looks short because of the way that he slicks it back so that it doesn't come into his face when he's running. He has no products in it. It's not oily and it's not wet, but it's just like back naturally because of the hair, the way the hair is cut. But I don't see any layers. It's a pretty even cut, but it just, and it's medium length, but it's like, I guess it would be just below the nape of the neck. So it's not super, like, it's not near the bottom of the neck or like near the shoulders. The cut is just like in the middle of the neck, or just below the nape of the neck, or that little, like the bottom of the hairline, just below that. So it looks like it's a medium length, but it is a short haircut. And it's slicked back, and it's dark brown, and yeah. For some people, I was seeing that this person may wear nail polish, but for most people, like black nail polish, they may have that on at that time. But for most people, I was seeing that this person has really nice hands, and they're very well polished and manicured looking. They have very nice long nail beds that look moisturized, and then they have hands that look very soft and fair, and wrinkle-free, basically. They look good, mashallah. And then finally, what are your actions or thoughts just before you actually physically meet them for the first time? So we got the High Priestess, Queen of Pentacles, and then this is the Ten of Wands. So with the Ten of Wands, I definitely was focusing very much on this cheetah or leopard. I believe it's a cheetah, but it could be something else like a leopard. But that is your energy. I think you're very much in a hunter type of vibe or thinking style. Excuse me, my throat is running a bit dry, but I don't have water next to me. So, anyways, you're very much in a hunter style way of thinking in the moment just before you actually meet your spouse. And you're very much, you have an end goal in mind when you're jogging or running, and you're thinking, I want to get there before this person in front of me does. So before your spouse gets there, you want to get there to kind of feel like an accomplishment that you won the goal that you needed to accomplish. So you're very much in a focused hunter-like energy. I need to get to this goal, and I need to beat the, I guess, like the weaker link here. I need to be the stronger link. Okay. With the Queen of Pentacles, again, I was focusing on the waves of the sheep's hair. So I think you're not focused on anything else. Like, even if thoughts are coming into your head, they're going out very quickly, and your head is almost like a very cloudy, or very like I guess this would be from the adrenaline rush and the extreme focus that you have, that you would get kind of like this empty or lightheaded feel, and you're not really focusing on anything else besides your goal. You can kind of see like how this ram is looking at this pentacle. And then finally with the High Priestess, that just confirms the message that you are very much in this calm, confident, and focused energy. And with the body being very like slightly muscular here, it just reconfirms that you're doing exercise and you're doing something active. Okay, pile 3, so I hope you guys enjoyed your reading, and I apologize for the wind blowing your cards over and over again. But if it resonated, please give a thumbs up. If it did not resonate, please leave a comment in the comment box below. And I apologize for the shorter reading today. I have a lot of things on my plate this week, so I'm just trying to put out a tarot reading for you guys so that you guys have something to watch. And yeah, next week I'll probably do like a proper, more longer reading. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, I hope you guys have a blessed, wonderful, and curious week. Bye, guys.